Thank you. I'm glad that says something about you.
It does.
You old softy.
Hey, did you see it's number 2 at iTunes, your album?
No, I didn't know that.
Do you have a computer?
I've been busy all week. We've been in L.A. doing a bunch of. We did a thing called the Live Room. It's up on YouTube. That Warner has their own channel there now. And it's interesting. We did 4 of the songs. You can see if you go to YouTube Live Room, you'll see us doing 4 of the songs actually just live. You know, and they don't normally do them like they kind of do it more in a recording setting. I said, yeah, let's do the rooftop. You know, the old Beatles gag at lunch where they got out there on the the top of the building and did we pass the audition? I was like, so we've been out. We've just been working our heads off all week. But I watched you a couple different days. You were beating on me pretty good. I didn't even have albums when you were beating on me about it.
Hey, which 4 did you do?
On that show we did Waterfall, and we did Rock It All the Way, 3 Pears, and Trying.
Okay.
And we did a cover. We were United Western, the old studio that the Beach Boys kept Pet Sounds in, so they wanted us to cover something that was done in that studio. So we did a version of Sloop John B, which is not up yet, but that's kind of fun.
Hey, I think you could sue yourself.
I could sue me.
You could sue yourself.
Well, I could do other things to myself, and my girlfriend won't let me.
Dim lights, bright. What is it called, Lou?
Thick smoke. Dim lights.
Thick smoke.
And loud music.
Loud.
That's right, and hillbilly music.
Yeah. You know what? You know who? Joe Mathis wrote that.
Really?
And and he and his wife in 1958. Don, get this. He drove. He was already a country star. So I had a TV show in L.A. And he hears about a guy he's got to go see in Bakersfield. So he drives up to Bakersfield one night to the Blackboard. And he goes into the Blackboard, and he said they were good, but he said they were the loudest thing he'd ever heard in his life. And they were actually, Merle Haggard and I were talking about this because they have an exhibit in Nashville, which is where I am now. I just got off a red-eye flight in here to do some stuff here this week. And he said that Merle and I were talking because of an exhibit at the Hall of Fame here that we did an interview for. And he went in there and said it was great, but it was so loud, he could only take it for about 40 minutes. And he got in the car with his wife, Rosalie, and they drove back over Route 99, back down across to go back into L.A. And they got in the car and they wrote the song about that band, and they titled it Dim Lights, Thick Smoke, and Loud Music. And it was Buck Owens and his Schoolhouse Playboys. And I wish I didn't know that story before Buck died, because I could have really given him a lot of hell about, anything he would ever say to me. If he ran Joe Mathis out of the club by being that loud, but they were that good. So I kind of did it as a tribute to Buck and all those loud guys in Bakersfield.
Man, that is so much more than I wanted to know about that. But I don't even know where to start.
But you know what? I don't really give a.
No, don't swear.
Easy.
Don't you swear. Hey, do you hear about Jesus might have had a wife?
Well, you know what? Who could blame him? But you'd think he was smarter than that.
Well, I hope she doesn't call him a dirt sandwich.
Oh man, this is rough here this morning.
Did you say you're in Nashville?
Yeah, I just landed a little while ago and going to crash here in a little bit, and then I got to go down and play. I'm playing in Florida tonight, and I'm back up with. I'm doing Zach Brown's big bash here in Nashville on Saturday night, and then I'm here Monday for something with the ACMs, and then I'm doing more press. I'm just press, kind of doing stuff. But you're the first call I've made in New York to talk about this, so thanks for letting me be on.
I love Zach Brown. That fat boy can sing. That's a good band.
He's a singer.
Yeah.
I saw him out there with that bunch of cultists at the Bohemian Grove. Don't tell anybody. First time I ever saw him. He was up there in the woods with that bunch that like to pee on trees.
I'll tell you, I wouldn't want to run into Zach Brown and his band in the woods because it'd be like one of those deliverance deals. You got a real party, man.
We hung out together at Universal Amphitheater a couple of years ago, and I was standing there. I went out front, I was watching with him, but I said, you know, the weird thing, I said, I was standing out there at the boardwalk. I said, it's kind of like a Civil War tableau. I said, you guys, like, you look like a bunch of, I don't know, it looks like a tin phototype from the Civil War.
Doesn't it?
Like a bunch of rebel soldiers all standing there.
And they got that fat guy, old Ricky, who cooks for him. That dude is serious about some barbecue and stuff like that. So.
Zach is serious. I guess he was a chef in Atlanta. I mean, he had a restaurant that he owned, I guess.
Well, check iTunes, man. You're 3 pairs. Why 3 pairs, by the way?
Why 3 pairs?
Yeah.
You don't have you're gonna, you know what? You're gonna bitch at me if I tell you the story.
Yeah, I don't have time anyway. I gotta go.
See, there you go. But it involves John Lennon. If that makes you curious.
It involves who?
John Lennon.
Oh, no. Tell me the story.
Well, I already started recording the album. I'd cut a couple things, the 2 things I did with Beck, and I had some other stuff written I was going to do, and I was watching in my kitchen, watching the George Harrison documentary. I don't know if you saw it. It's great.
No.
Scorsese did it. It was out last year. And there's a moment where they're talking about, you'll appreciate this, that the Beatles really didn't have much other than a dalliance with drugs. Now, you, on the other hand, you know, could have given lessons in drug abuse and drug use.
Thank you.
But the Beatles, who were accused of writing Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds about LSD, it turned out it wasn't. And George Harrison was saying, you know, we never really, later on, George had a problem, but he said, we never did that. And they cut to a shot of John Lennon. He said, although one night, John and I were slipped some LSD at a nightclub, and we don't know where we were for a day and a half. And I thought, that's hilarious. And they cut to a shot of John, 66 here, and he's got these big Italian movie star sunglasses on, and he had 3 pair of them on at once. And he's doing that kind of movement, you know, like yucking it up like in hell.
Yeah.
And I thought, man, what a tragedy, that loss. I mean, it just made me think all over again about him dying so young. And I said out loud to my girlfriend, I said, there he is, huh? 3 pairs of glasses.
Oh, man.
And
What?
I started singing it. I just started singing. So I walked across, wrote that thing down, walked up to my office, and 3 pairs of glasses, 3 pairs of shades. And it became that song. So he was the catalyst.
I'm glad to hear you have a girlfriend, because Kinky told me you were gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but...
You know what? Kinky Friedman is, you know what? He's nuttier than a porta potty at a peanut farm. That's just what Kinky is.
Hey, let me tell you what I'm happy about, and I really mean this, that your record is a hit record. It's a great record, man. So.
Oh, Don, thank you. I mean, your lips to God's ears, and, of course, your radio audience now.
Don't start weeping.
Well, we're in it now. We're in it now, boys.
Never really believed in something said with a word. At least I never trusted a word I was told or ever heard. If I had a waterfall, we wouldn't wonder not at all how much fun each day was gonna be. If I had a mountaintop, I know that we would never stop climbing way high up to look and see.
Just remember, don't forget to